In the YouTube video titled Lecture 21, Update SHA-3 Hash Function by Christof Paar, Professor Christof Paar embarks on a detailed exploration of the SHA-3 hash function, a cryptographic algorithm that was meticulously engineered by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, to supersede the SHA-2 family of hash functions. The discourse commences with an emphatic assertion of the paramount significance of cryptography in safeguarding online communication. Professor Paar eloquently articulates that the development of SHA-3 was a direct consequence of the exponential growth in computing power, which poses a formidable threat to the resilience of legacy cryptographic algorithms. He subsequently delves into the intricate design principles that underpin SHA-3, meticulously explaining its complex internal structure, which is based on a sophisticated cryptographic technique known as sponge construction. Professor Paar then embarks on a guided exploration of the fundamental components of SHA-3, namely the sponge function and the Keccak algorithm. He elucidates the mechanism of the sponge function, providing a comprehensive explanation of the input and output procedures, accompanied by illuminating visuals. He proceeds to illuminate the core principles of Keccak, highlighting its utilization of a fixed-size state, permutations, and a critical state initialization step. The lecture continues with a meticulous examination of the SHA-3 hash function's remarkable capacity to accommodate diverse input sizes by incorporating a sophisticated padding mechanism, rendering it exceptionally versatile for a wide array of applications. Professor Paar then delves into the crucial concept of collisions in cryptography, which refers to the identification of two distinct inputs that produce an identical hash output. He assures the audience that SHA-3 exhibits an exceptionally high level of collision resistance, a paramount factor in ensuring its robustness and security. Professor Paar subsequently embarks on an in-depth exploration of the myriad applications of the SHA-3 hash function, spanning from digital signatures to message authentication codes, MACs, and password hashing. He emphasizes that SHA-3 is a foundational element in contemporary cryptographic systems, playing a crucial role in safeguarding the integrity and authenticity of data across diverse scenarios. The lecture concludes with a comprehensive summary of the key takeaways regarding SHA-3. Professor Paar underscores its innovative design, its superior collision resistance, and its exceptional adaptability to a wide range of input sizes. He concludes by highlighting that SHA-3 is an indispensable tool for securing the digital realm, ensuring the privacy and confidentiality of online communication. From 0 minutes to 5 minutes of the video, Professor Paar introduces the SHA-3 hash function, emphasizing its significance as a new standard replacing the vulnerable SHA-2. He recounts the National Institute of Standards and Technologies, NIST, competition that led to SHA-3's development, highlighting the critical need for secure and high-level hash functions. The professor underscores the competition's demanding requirements, specifying that half of the participating functions needed to be exceptionally robust and readily adaptable for practical implementation. He then provides insight into SHA-3's practical implications, mentioning its upcoming online casting in October. Professor Paar highlights SHA-3's innovative construction, particularly its sponge-like design, incorporating both internal and external functions. The sponge construction utilizes a non-trivial internal design that ensures robust security. Paar further elucidates the process of padding inputs, explaining its purpose in aligning input sizes with the requirements of the SHA-3 algorithm. He emphasizes that this padding ensures compatibility and security, setting the stage for the ensuing discussion on the algorithm's technical details. The professor concludes this initial section by stressing the importance of grasping the fundamental principles of SHA-3, including its construction, the padding process, and the role of the sponge function. From 5 minutes to 5 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the practical applications of potash functions, illustrating the concept with the example of colon double pinpoint in Goosefoot. This discussion segues into an examination of the evolution of publishing, tracing its trajectory from the 1980s through the advent of modern software and online platforms. The speaker highlights the importance of ensuring secure online interactions, drawing upon the example of NASA's stringent protocols. The speaker then shifts to address the crucial role of the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, in establishing and promoting cybersecurity measures. They specifically reference the NIST's development of secure onboard computer systems and their commitment to addressing the vulnerabilities of critical infrastructure, particularly in the realm of neuroscience. Finally, the speaker delves into the intricacies of internal system design and its impact on user experience. They underscore the importance of innovative design solutions that prioritize user accessibility while navigating the complexities of data management, security protocols, and user interaction. From 10 minutes to 15 minutes of the video, the speaker discusses the SHA-3 hash function, highlighting its novel design and advanced security features. The speaker's explanation delves into the intricate inner workings of the function, elaborating on the individual operations and phases that contribute to its cryptographic strength. The speaker emphasizes the crucial role of comprehending the SHA-3's internal architecture for implementing secure interactions, underscoring its diverse applications in safeguarding digital data and authentication processes. The speaker's analysis underscores the SHA-3's robust security posture and its resilience against potential attacks, highlighting its importance in modern cryptography. From 15 minutes to 20 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the intricate mechanisms of SHA-3, a modern hash function designed to safeguard data integrity. He elucidates the sponge construction employed by SHA-3, which involves a process of absorbing and squeezing input to generate a fixed-length output. This output, a string of bits, acts as a digital fingerprint, enabling the authentication of data by confirming its unaltered state. The speaker highlights the inherent resilience of SHA-3 to various attacks, establishing its robust nature as a cryptographic tool. SHA-3's efficacy stems from its ability to convert data of any size into a unique, fixed-length output, rendering it a valuable tool for ensuring data integrity. From 20 minutes to 25 minutes of the video, Christof Paar delves into the intricate internal construction and innovative design of the SHA-3 hash function. He underscores the paramount importance of comprehending the algorithm's high-level operational principles, despite the inherent complexity of its internal mechanisms. Paar emphasizes the algorithm's deliberate obscurity, highlighting its resistance to casual analysis or manipulation as a core element of its robust security architecture. He eloquently demonstrates the SHA-3 hash function's remarkable adaptability by highlighting its ability to process input data ranging in size from 16 to 64 gigabytes, showcasing its capacity to accommodate diverse data lengths without compromising its security. Paar continues his exposition by expounding on the multifaceted nature of the SHA-3 algorithm, outlining the sequence of crucial steps that collectively contribute to the overall security and integrity of the hash function. He particularly focuses on the permutation process, a key element of the algorithm that effectively obfuscates data in a manner that renders reverse engineering exceptionally challenging. From 25 minutes to 30 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the concept of rotations, elucidating their multifaceted nature and applications. The speaker articulates that rotations, akin to the functionality of computers, tablet PCs, and other digital devices, possess a coordinating system. This system is integral to comprehending the synergistic interplay of diverse components and facilitates the decomposition of intricate entities into more manageable parts. The speaker illustrates this principle through a mathematical calculation. 2 times 3 plus 3 by 1. They meticulously dissect the calculation. 2 times 3 equals 6, 3 times 1 equals 3, and ultimately 6 plus 3 equates to 9. Thus, the speaker arrives at the conclusion that the calculation's outcome is 9. The speaker proceeds to explore the application of rotations in understanding spatial movement. They emphasize that rotations are essential for comprehending the movement and positioning of objects in a three-dimensional space. The speaker highlights the pervasive use of rotations in diverse fields, such as robotics, animation, and video games. Employing the visual example of a flipper, the speaker demonstrates its movement, from left to right, returning to its initial position, and then swinging up and down. The speaker then transitions to the application of rotations in the realm of temporal change. They posit that rotations serve as a valuable tool for analyzing transformations over time, such as the growth of plants and the celestial movements of planets in our solar system. In conclusion, the speaker underscores the profound significance of rotations in computer science and their efficacy as a tool for unraveling the intricacies of our physical world. From 30 minutes to 35 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the intricacies of the coordinate system as it relates to the operation of a hash function. They articulate the significance of a precise and nuanced understanding of spatial depth within the data representation, particularly emphasizing the limitations of traditional approaches. The speaker then meticulously details the role of rotations in this process, utilizing the visualization of a table rotating in three-dimensional space as a practical illustration. These rotations, they emphasize, are integral to achieving a comprehensive understanding of the hash function. Moving beyond the theoretical realm, the speaker explores the practical applications of these rotations across diverse technologies, including computers, tablets, and personal computers. They underscore the crucial need for meticulous coordination to effectively break the original 64-bit code. The speaker provides a concrete example of this process, demonstrating the steps 2 by 3 plus 3 by 1, culminating in a final value of 9. This segment concludes with a strong emphasis on the critical importance of acquiring a deep comprehension of both the coordinate system and the inherent rotations it necessitates, highlighting these as essential components of a comprehensive understanding of hash functions. From 35 minutes to 40 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the critical aspects of training a model for specific outputs. They emphasize the necessity for both velocity and portability in this process, using examples such as portieren, data transfer, and doping cases, data manipulation. The speaker further underscores the importance of employing a multi-tiered approach to training, which involves establishing multiple levels of input and output parameters. This strategy is illustrated by the speaker's reference to 50 to ride multiples and 152 as a means of extending the model's input and output capabilities. The speaker elaborates on the significance of choosing among different internet options, highlighting how this selection can impact the resulting outputs. They stress the importance of comprehending the intricate relationship between inputs and outputs, particularly the model's capacity to effectively handle the data during training. From 40 minutes to 45 minutes of the video, the speaker elucidates the pivotal role of the processing now-targ function. He asserts that this function is indispensable for comprehending the what they used to know what we have, and its relationship to the input world expo, which is next to end immediately. The speaker emphasizes the significance of the FDP prof the exitin portage notation in rectifying the service NCS, but concedes its limitations in addressing the BATS media AGZ. He then transitions to the DZ function, highlighting its relevance in Bluetooth set operations. He clarifies that this function involves the determination of which is prima to gnocchi interested in which is sexy money that's what they used to hell, which is crucial for understanding the money state until 16 period and its connection to the Hoff-Gremlin of data happens process. The speaker underscores the necessity of a labor-intensive first input to access this data and elaborates on how it facilitates the comprehension of the chapter of today and its associated implications. The speaker concludes this portion of the lecture by discussing the research output and its criticality in the stage state process. He utilizes the example of heft inside CFTC FTDS to illustrate how this data can be utilized. He stresses that merely possessing this data is insufficient and emphasizes the need for Cores 10 put trade fair participation to the Shin chance on in blogs on 11 Hans for a comprehensive analysis. From 45 minutes to 50 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the significance of coordinate systems in accurately representing information. The speaker alludes to Benita, whose coordinate data is not entirely clarified, before moving on to discuss a coordinate system in the context of an investor, suggesting its relevance in financial operations. Next, the speaker elaborates on the concept of three-dimensional representation using an illustrative example of a large event ship, Kesting paper. This ship is linked to the FDP and FW boards, as well as the Gudrun League, which seemingly adopts a 5 by 5 times structure. The speaker then transitions to space taxis, guests, and a family from Rate who have been featured in the news, adding a touch of intrigue to the narrative. From 50 minutes to 55 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the significance of a thorough understanding of fundamental principles when seeking to articulate them accurately. The speaker underscores the necessity of a well-defined coordinate system, specifically referencing Benita coordinates and emphasizing their role in augmenting descriptive precision. Subsequently, the discussion shifts to the relationship between values and pricing, highlighting a potential price range from 0.4 to 1.44. This range is implied to pertain to a specific product or a measurement on a defined scale. The speaker further introduces the concept of electro-levels, linked to a ionized table, hinting at a technical or scientific context. Moving forward, the speaker elucidates that the value assigned to a particular entity can be determined by a formal conference. Moreover, the speaker introduces the notion that VNC depends on the ground in relation to an adaptable system's flexibility. This suggests a technical setup or process that seamlessly accommodates its environment. The speaker concludes by emphasizing the paramount importance of comprehending the context within which such flexibility operates, implying that the efficacy of a flexible system is intrinsically tied to its surrounding circumstances. From 55 minutes to 60 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the intricacies of the SHA-3 hash function, emphasizing its significance in ensuring secure data transmission and integrity. He underlines the necessity for a comprehensive understanding of the hash function's internal mechanics, including the intricate interplay of various operations and parameters. The speaker highlights the crucial role of rotations within the SHA-3 algorithm, emphasizing their contribution to the function's robust security properties. He then elucidates the process of fixing numbers, a vital aspect of the SHA-3 hash function, which serves to guarantee the integrity and reliability of the generated hash output. The speaker clarifies that this process entails specific operations like fixing numbers at 6.3 and 2.21, thus ensuring the accuracy and predictability of the hash function's output. He further explicates the intricate manner in which the hash function handles input values, emphasizing the transformation of input into a secure hash output through a series of predefined operations. The speaker also touches upon the role of coordinates within the hash function, underscoring their importance in establishing a precise and systematic arrangement of elements within the hash algorithm. This meticulous organization of elements contributes to the efficiency and reliability of the hash function, ultimately bolstering its security capabilities. From 60 minutes to 65 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the concept of a hash function and its significance within the realm of cryptography. Emphasizing the paramount importance of hash functions in safeguarding the integrity of data, particularly in the context of digital signatures, the speaker delves into the intricacies of their operation. The speaker draws an analogy between a hash function and a complex mathematical algorithm, elucidating its transformative nature in converting input into a unique output. Notably, the speaker underscores the inherent irreversibility of this transformation, signifying the impossibility of reconstructing the original input from the hashed output. Furthermore, the speaker elaborates on the fundamental qualities of a secure hash function, highlighting its imperative properties: one-wayness, collision resistance, and pre-image resistance. One-wayness ensures the infeasibility of inverting the hashing process. Collision resistance impedes the generation of distinct inputs that map to the same output, and pre-image resistance renders it computationally challenging to ascertain the original input given a specific output. These attributes, the speaker asserts, are indispensable for maintaining data integrity and thwarting malicious manipulation. The speaker concludes by emphasizing that the robustness of a hash function is contingent upon its intricate design and the utilization of sophisticated cryptographic algorithms, presenting a formidable barrier against adversaries seeking to compromise its security. From 65 minutes to 70 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the concept of rotation within a technological context, likely related to data processing or information management. The speaker emphasizes that the concept of rotation, within this context, entails the forward progression of elements or information akin to a physical rotation in space. To illustrate this, the speaker employs the analogy of a table with multiple columns, where the second column is shifted forward. Although this movement may not be instantly apparent, the speaker highlights its significance within the broader process. The speaker then extends this discussion of rotation into the realm of data processing, underscoring the importance of comprehending the dynamic flow of information as it transitions through various stages. They mention 64 PCC logistics as a component of this rotational process, suggesting it's a system or methodology associated with data management and distribution. Additionally, the speaker introduces the number 15 in relation to rotation, implying it might represent a particular step or phase in this data processing sequence. From 70 minutes to 75 minutes of the video, the speaker continues to explicate the concept of rotations in the context of hash functions. They posit that rotations, much like computing devices, tablets, and personal computers, are orchestrated in transient camps. The speaker underscores the significance of examining the provenance of these rotations, highlighting their potential for subverting the integrity of age origins. They subsequently elaborate on a concrete illustration of a rotation, emphasizing that a 64 PCC logistics rotation entails a tabular representation and the scrutiny of maritime locations. The speaker then performs a numerical calculation, illustrating that 2 times 3 plus 3 by 1 equates to 9. They transition to a discourse on the utilization of rotations for the purpose of data reset, introducing the term NORDIN and its role in the process of data reset. In conclusion, they assert the imperative of comprehending rotations, asserting that such comprehension is indispensable for elucidating the operational mechanisms of the hash function. From 75 minutes to 80 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the multifaceted significance of construction, exploring its role in various contexts. They emphasize the crucial role construction plays in the International Monetary Fund, IMF, noting its deployment in a highly constructive manner. The speaker underscores the global significance of construction, highlighting the IMF's use of construction as a means of exerting influence, described as a bullying face of the organization. This discussion transitions to the constructive nature of the process, exemplified by the speaker's statement, Sponge construction leading indices routine mail address, you are the doping Dino Sponge Sachs of order intelligence suite of the sponge railway boss of this word. The speaker then connects construction to the IMF construction is bullying face absorption phase OK input is British, highlighting its relevance in international affairs. Moving beyond specific institutions, the speaker emphasizes the importance of utilizing appropriate tools in construction, illustrating this with the example, PDF plugin JS the annual interest rate is desperate of the shuttle post in word trade and that seems to secure. This leads to a further exploration of the multifaceted application of construction through the statement, Construction Bank German world of sponge construction, leading indices routine mail address, you are the doping Dino Sponge Sachs of order intelligence suite of the sponge railway boss of this word. The discussion pivots to internal construction, characterized as a remarkably innovative design. That's not me defendo VM, the wrong one some people do. It's a huge catch a question of the different ways Thomas Cold Spanish Construction Bank German world of sponge construction, leading indices routine mail address you are the doping Dino Sponge Sachs of order intelligence suite of the sponge railway boss of this word. The speaker emphasizes the complex nature of this aspect, calling it a huge catch a question of the different ways. The speaker then focuses on the core elements of internal construction, highlighting its very innovative design. That's not me defendo VM, the wrong one some people do. It's a huge catch a question of the different ways Thomas Cold Spanish Construction Bank German world of sponge construction, leading indices routine mail address you are the doping Dino Sponge Sachs of order intelligence suite of the sponge railway boss of this word. This reiterates the speaker's point about the innovative nature of this approach. Expanding on the concept of construction, the speaker underscores its very innovative design. That's not me defendo VM, the wrong one some people do. It's a huge catch a question of the different ways Thomas Cold Spanish Construction Bank German world of sponge construction, leading indices routine mail address you are the doping Dino Sponge Sachs of order intelligence suite of the sponge railway boss of this word. They specifically note that it's not me defendo VM, the wrong one some people do. It's a huge catch a question of the different ways. The speaker concludes this section by addressing the construction process, emphasizing its very innovative design. That's not me defendo VM, the wrong one some people do. It's a huge catch a question of the different ways Thomas Cold Spanish Construction Bank German world of sponge construction, leading indices routine mail address you are the doping Dino Sponge Sachs of order intelligence suite of the sponge railway boss of this word. They reiterate the innovative nature of the process, stating that it is very innovative design. From 80 minutes to 85 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the concept of rotations within a tabular structure. They clarify that rotations in this context are not a spatial depth but rather a method of visualizing a table, akin to a three-dimensional representation. The speaker presents an illustrative example using a 5 by 5 table with rows numbered 0 to 4. It is emphasized that this specific table does not feature any rotations, differentiating between rotations and simple rearrangements of rows or columns. The speaker further emphasizes the absence of spatial depth. However, the table can be considered to have a dimension of 5 by 5, comprising 5 rows and 5 columns. The speaker concludes by asserting that this concept of rotations transcends mere tabular structures, extending its applicability to other data constructs, such as matrices and arrays. Notably, this concept proves crucial for comprehending data structure and executing various operations, especially within the context of extensive datasets. From 85 minutes to 90 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the significance of incorporating localized perspectives within a broader framework. He highlights the importance of taking in local-based speakers immediately, positing this as a fundamental aspect of comprehending intricate processes. He cites the Fuji's-der action, emphasizing the indispensable role of understanding their meaning. The speaker subsequently introduces the 64 PCC logistics at AG and Tuja rotation table, asserting its crucial role in visualizing the operational flow, exemplified by the C location's 15 yuan 241 euro data points. He then underscores the necessity of a gradual, methodical approach, concluding with the computational operation 2 times 3 plus 3 by 1. The concluding portion of this segment focuses on the Audi the reset and its profound implications within the speaker's overarching theme. From 90 minutes to 95 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the multifaceted concept of rotation, exploring its significance within various contexts. Rotation is presented as a dynamic process of movement or change, characterized by a specific number of steps or shifts in orientation. The speaker utilizes illustrative examples, citing 64 PCC logistics and its rotational processes, as well as the movement of a table from one set of C locations to another. The speaker underscores the critical role of rotation in achieving consistent output, emphasizing that output remains relatively consistent regardless of the number of rotations implemented. Furthermore, the speaker posits that rotation can be understood as a transformation between distinct states, highlighting the gradual, incremental nature of these changes. They provide the example of a school, which, though fully functional, might be deviating from its desired course during a rotation. The segment concludes with a mathematical formula, 2 times 3 plus 3 by 1. This formula serves to exemplify the application of rotation to numerical values, demonstrating how rotations can be instrumental in deriving specific numerical outcomes. From 95 minutes to 98 minutes of the video, the speaker delves into the concept of rotations, employing illustrations such as computers, tablets, and personal computers. He posits that rotations are a fundamental element in comprehending the overall system. He likens them to a temporary camp, facilitating an understanding of the system's structural framework. The speaker then introduces the instance of 64 PCC logistics, which is intrinsically linked to the notion of rotations. He suggests visualizing it as a table with rows and columns, akin to examining C locations. He concludes by highlighting the significance of value within the context of rotations, proposing a formula for its calculation, 2 by 41 euros plus 50 by 1 step, emphasizing its optimal state.